What's up everyone? Welcome to the video to show, as the description details, a $25,000 home gym that we just recently built. Yes, big special thank you to Megan and Alex for putting your trust in us. We take it as a very high compliment. Let's get into what we got. One of the big questions that I do get asked whenever we get prospective clients that reach out, they want a home gym built by Strict Vision Athletics, is what kind of budget should they even consider when hiring us as a consulting firm? Or really, what kind of budget should they consider regardless? Like, what exactly does $25,000 buy me in the home gym market? So let me first start by saying that Megan and Alex did this very intelligently. Of course, first and foremost, they decided to hire us. And then second, they decided to do this build out during Black Friday sales. So that right there saves you an immense amount of money on both shipping and the cost of the actual materials. Most of the stuff did come from Rogue. They are a high-end client. They want a very, very high-end gym, and no company really goes better than, in my opinion, than Rogue when it comes to that kind of stuff. Now, of course, the goals of the individual and the size of the actual space, both factors to play into when we actually sit down and schematic out what the gym will look like. But a lot of the times for your bigger stuff, your racks, your dumbbells, that kind of thing, Rogue is the option that we tend to go toward. It's what occupies most of the stuff in our gym. But again, it just depends on the client. Megan and Alex, this is a new home for them. It's their best home yet. They're so excited about it. And they wanted something very clean, very slick. Of course, they had seen Strict Vision Athletics and all the colorful chaos that we bring through our branding. They didn't want anything to do with any of that. They're like, no, we want something simple, straightforward, black, white, silver, that's it. So of course, to me, I took that, put it into consideration, and we shopped around. Let's talk about what we found. So starting over here to my left, they wanted dumbbells. Now, the conversation when it comes to dumbbells in a home gym build out is always one that reflects highly on the space that is available. Dumbbells can go in one of two ways. You can get full-size dumbbells, 5 through 50, 5 through 75, 5 through 100, however big you want to go, or you can get adjustable dumbbells like Noble. There are companies out there and they're very nice, they're high quality, it's not as bad as it used to be. Before, you had those big blocks and you could adjust them, but frankly, there were some exercises that you were very limited on. They didn't frankly even resemble the shape of dumbbells, so a lot of people steered clear of them when they were building home gyms just because they didn't provide the versatility that an actual dumbbell will. That's changed now. There are companies out there that do adjustable dumbbells, but there are still limitations when doing so. Specifically, if you want to set up 2, 3, even 4 sets using dumbbells, you are going to have to adjust those dumbbells every time you change exercises. If you are trying to do drop sets, you are still going to have to change. You are not just going to be able to go from 25s to 20s to 30s and just go down the line. If you're like with a Noble, you're going to have to set them on, adjust them, take them off. It just requires a little bit more time. And so Megan and Alex decided, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go with actual dumbbells. We want clean, classy polyurethane. And so Rogue is where we went. We went to the 5 through 100 is what we did. And we used the Rogue storage rack. We used the 3-tier rack that they offered. We bought 2 of them, which for those of you who are wondering, if you are going to do a set like this, you are going to need 2 of those. If you go 5 through 100, you're not going to get it done with 1 3-tier storage rack. You're going to need 2. Now, they elected to take the 3rd tier off so that they had more room to look into the mirror and a storage area here for the bar itself, which I love. I think it was a really good move. But we needed 2 storage racks and 5 through 100 dumbbells in order to make this happen. So next we can go right here. This is the Ohio Power Bar. This is what I got also from Rogue. Wanted to get them a barbell that was strong and versatile. They're not going to be doing a lot of Olympic lifts, so we didn't really need an Olympic lift bar or a deadlift bar. This is a very, very well-built, versatile barbell. It's a very nice alternative to a lot of the specialty bars that you'll find. And while they did say they would like to branch into specialty bars, if you have one nice solid barbell, you can get a heck of a lot of stuff done with just that. Next, coming over here, we have our Monster Light Rack. So this is the newest variation on that rack. You have got all of the holes are actually numbered and laser cut, which I love. My rack, I have an older model. They don't actually have that back when I bought them. But now you have that. You've got just all the versatility that you would expect from a Rogue rack. There were a couple add-ons that they wanted right out of the gate, which I totally endorsed. They wanted the Monolift 2.0, which is outstanding. Essentially, you set your barbell here, it lifts up, and the arms retract. So now I can lift in this exact plane and I don't have to walk my barbell away if I'm squatting or push it away if I'm benching. It's a very convenient, basically a very convenient J-hook alternative to just using the standard J-hooks that come with the rack. So that was an add-on. That was a little bit of an upgrade. And then up here we've got the bar. Now you'll notice that the way we set this one up, this particular setup, we had to sort of reverse the Rogue logo and the pull-up bar, which is now in the back. Typically, when people assemble these, those are switched. The banner will be in the back and the bar will be in the front. But because this crown bar has to be implemented into an actual beam, we had to switch those in order to get the bar pulled out, and so they could do pull-ups from this area here. We also wanted this to be an area where they could do assisted pull-ups with bands. So you would take your pen, go through, stretch a band across, and now I can put my feet on it and use the pull-up bar in this area safely. Coming around to the back, you'll see I also retrofitted them with 5 storage pens. Now, why did I do that? I knew, because of the experience I have with my rack, I have this exact rack, just an older model, that in order to fit, 2.5, 10, 25, 35, and 45-pound plates, you were gonna need 5 in the shape and the size of the monster light that comes. So that's what you get. You get a heck of a lot of storage here when you get these pens. In all honesty, you don't need this much, and if you were somebody who was sort of space challenged and you didn't have the width to do this, you could even shave these down. You could buy yourself another foot from each side if you cut these down, because you really don't need more than like 2 or 3 pound, or 2 or 3 tens, and then maybe 2.5 to 5 pound storage up here, maybe a few inches, not that much. And then for the bigger ones, if you were to stack the plates, I would keep these the same length down here at the bottom, and that's honestly what I recommended that they do, because you could put more on if you need it. Again, this is a home gym for, not professional athletes. So it's perfectly fine with the amount of weight we got. We did get hundo pricing on the weight itself. Now that is something to my earlier point that I mentioned, because they bought during Black Friday. I highly recommend, if you're on a budget or if you're just trying to save some money and you don't need the gym right now, consider waiting till Black Friday or until Rogue runs some kind of a hundo pricing deal. It just saves you so much money. So in this case, they bought the package deal with all of the plates. They bought the rack. They bought all of this all at once. This all came, I think we said that we saved them somewhere in the realm of about $6,500 just from buying from Black Friday and buying all in one go compared to what it would be if it hadn't been during that time. So that's a big deal. We ended up with the 6-shooter plates. These are the Rogue polyurethane 6-shooter plates. They're my favorite. For versatile training, these are the best, in my opinion. Now, you can get into calibrated plates, you can get into steel plates, all that sort of stuff, but for the average home gym, for something that just wants to be easily moved, easily transportable, and really, really durable, like you can drop these, you can ding these, they're gonna stand up in time. I really like this model. I think Rogue did really good doing the 6-shooter too. I love that design. Mark Bell's the original guy who came up with that. And then lastly, right over here, we have the Free Motion Genesis Dual Cable Cross. This is one of the most essential pieces of home gym equipment that I always push my clients to get. It just is. There's no way you can come up with a more versatile piece of equipment that can do more things in a smaller amount of footprint. Now, this is a small footprint, but you have to keep in mind that you are gonna need a wide area in order to do a lot of the exercises. Like, for example, take this. If I were to drop this out here and I were to do chest flies, I'm gonna need a wide area, which is why we put this sort of in the center of the room. But with this machine, you can do everything push, everything pull, everything curl, everything squat, hinge. There is so much you can do with a cable machine that can move in all directions. This is a very, very good alternative to a lot of the functional trainers you'll see out there that only have 2 legs where you move up and down. This is found a lot of times also in racks. You'll see racks that are sometimes retrofitted with stacks of weight in the middle of them. And then you have basically your 2 cables that are on the rack itself. Now that may seem like a space saver, but in the long run, you will learn, as I did, because I had that same setup back in the day. You will learn that you are limited on the exercises you can do because there is a gap on how wide you can take your arms. If my rack is 3x3, that means it's about this far apart. I can't do chest flies. There are certain exercises that you're gonna be limited to. So for me, I always recommend going with a dual cable. And honestly, I love this Free Motion machine. This is a sexy beast. It is big, it is strong. You've got like 5-inch arms here. It's just an animal. You got 2 stacks that both go to 250. This is the premier sort of newest model that Free Motion is pushing right now. So they really spared no expense when it came to this one. And I love that, because I told them, look, you're buying new, you might as well buy the best. Get the white glove service, get it in here and enjoy it. That's what we did. So that was how we decided to go. Hey guys, thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this. This was a very, very fun experience. I really enjoyed making this. If you guys have a home gym that you want us to try to create for you, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're on Instagram, we're on obviously YouTube, and then TikTok. You can send us a message. If you want to see our home gym, the big one that I've designed for about 9 years now, you can check it out right here. And if you have any questions or concerns, reach out anytime.